Test, 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 testing again, testing. Test. Okay, hopefully that sounds alright. Let me do a little try to listen to myself test. What does it sound like to me? Oh, wait. Now, what does it sound like to me? Why can't I hear it though? Talking to myself. Talking. What if I turn it lower? Okay. A little weird, but I think we're good. Oh god. Just randomly close shit. Isn't supposed to do that. Hi, is anybody there, or is it counting me as a person? Okay. Why is my chat not showing up? It's weird. Hey, Deadly. I'm trying to figure out why my chat isn't showing on the screen. Huh. That's so weird. It should be working. It says it's working. Ah. Well, I know YouTube has some little weird stuff going on right now, so it might just be confused, and it's like, I I don't know how to make the chat work because that site's not working. Mm, no idea. If you ever do want to learn how to stream, I can teach you the ropes. I'm not even gonna be like, buy my class, like some of these fuckers. But it is kind of a learning curve, so, if any friends want to get into streaming, I will teach them the things that took me forever to learn with no problem. Oh my god, why? Why? Uh, I want my chat back on the screen. That's like my favorite thing about this streaming software is that it puts the chat from two different places on the screen together. That's actually why I've been dragging my feet on on checking out some of the newer streaming platforms because I'm like, well, it doesn't have support for that yet. So I would have to actually like dedicate the stream to just that or tell everybody like what was going on in conversation, like read everything out loud, that sort of thing, because it wouldn't be on the screen. Maybe if I delete it and add it back. Hmm, that didn't work either. That's weird. Okay, guys, well, we will just have to deal without the chat. I think it's YouTube is being a little bit derpy right now because when I was about to go live, you click edit and edit all like the description and the tags and everything. And I'm clicking edit and nothing's happening. I'm like, refresh, edit, nothing's happening. Thankfully, I can change a lot of the settings from my streaming software. So I could still start a new stream and not have it look absolutely identical to earlier. But I couldn't edit the tags, so. Hey, hey! But yeah, I searched and, Reddit was talking about how nobody can edit their stream actually in YouTube Studio, so maybe YouTube is just being really derpy and having issues. So what's up, hey? Whatever happened? Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? That's the wrong one. Oh my god, am I about to be out of vape juice again? I think we good. I think we good. I'm gonna have to go tomorrow. Well, later today, tomorrow. But dude, hate, I did so good. Like, and Ash did so good too. He actually like woke me up, and apparently I didn't like sleep talk and tell him that he wasn't supposed to, or he didn't believe me. And like 3 hour nap. Got up, left the kitten cuddling next to me in the comfy bed, and I was like, "No, bitch, there's a panel. You gotta get up. You gotta get up. Let's wear the Dragon Ball Super shirt." Rip Akira Toriyama, thank you for all of the fun and adventures you gave us during your lifetime. Um, so I got the Dragon Ball Super shirt. I picked an outfit pretty quick, and I got my shit together. try to do more basic makeup, which doesn't look basic. This one actually looks pretty cool on the camera. But I've learned that all these makeup YouTubers that are pros and they're really good at like their techniques, I'm just not good at their techniques. So like all their tricks to make everything show up really bold and to make the eyeshadow look perfect, it's just like every time I try it, it gets worse. I had to go back to, you know what, if we smear some chapstick on there for like really cheap makeup and just poke it around, the makeup will stick to the chapstick and look darker. or or you know, I just kind of finger paint on my eyes instead of like using brushes and stuff. It just turns out better that way and it takes less time too. My Saiyan streak? What you mean? Oh, thank you. It's so old. It's only at the bottoms of my hair. JJ said he will be brave enough to help me bleach my hair because I just haven't had time to go deal with like a strand test and my hairdresser being ultra careful to get it to just the right, you know, shade with no damage and how many processes is it gonna take? And I'm like, dude, it says it's box dye. You know, I've got experience with this, so don't hate on me for my box dye, but it's designed for darker hair. It's almost blue black, but it's blue brown. It just needs to be a couple shades lighter. Light brown or dark blonde, somewhere in that range. That's all I need. And he's like, Sarah, are you gonna come by for a strand test? I'm like, dude, no, I'm gonna go in the bathroom and have a friend do the back and hope it turns out alright with the bleach and then dye over it and then I will come see you for a haircut. Dude is like ace at haircuts, by the way, and he's this little old guy. So you always get like a flashback history lesson when you pick a style, like a haircut that's coming back into style. Like during the Scene Kid days, that was my favorite because I went in and I was like, so like the '80s hair metal bands, the mullet that's all fluffy and spiky at the top and like long, like you're rebellious at the top and tried to stick some extensions in at the bottom and they kind of look stupid. I was like, that's the haircut, but make it work with my curly hair. He's like, I remember when this was popular, and goes on a whole story. It's great. One day I had a what I like to call a Britney Spears moment. No shade to Britney, just that was the way that I could use my self-deprecating humor for my stupid choices, you know, to label it. I just I was very upset one day. My mom was driving me nuts. We had a fight. I don't remember what that was about. I was still living at home. And I went in the bathroom and my hair was long like it is now. And I was just like, I started chopping layers and wound up with like chin length with some longer pieces. I got tired of having to like fix it with a straightener because I wanted it to work with my curly hair and it just didn't look right when it curled. Too much work. So when I went to see my salon guy, the guy who's great at haircuts, he's like, "Oh, I remember this style." Because I brought in pictures of Edie Sedgwick. He was like, "This was so popular back during the '60s." So I wound up with like a purple pixie cut. It was really cute, but I felt weird wearing certain outfits with it, I felt like I didn't look girly enough. Like stuff like this, I would feel like I looked too much like a dude, and it felt weird. So I would wear like floral, flowy things all the time to look girly enough. I don't know. It was just a thing inside my head. I think I probably would have looked cool as shit in like something like this. But yeah, I brought in a picture of Edie Sedgwick and I was like, something like this, just super short and I can grow it back out later. But I also have some salon training because uh, my birth dad's ex-wife owned a hair salon like all the years that they were still married and when I was little and I would go visit him and her, I would hang out while he was working in the salon with her because it was a lot more fun than him following him around while he was like putting carpet and flooring down. And so I learned a lot of techniques and stuff from her. I have no actual like credentials or certifications or whatever you need, but technically I can do hair and nails if somebody trusts me to. So I like layered my hair and like I had one little piece that was too long in the back and it was driving everybody else nuts and I was like, no! Every time like my coworker would get scissors, I'm like, just come here. I need to clip that one piece. I'm like, I like the one piece, leave me alone. We're running around in circles in the store that I worked at. I don't know. It was pretty hilarious. How long is yours? Mine, when it's curled, is like to here. But if I were to straighten it, it's probably like to here, like somewhere. I really wanted to let my hair grow long again and be able to do like braids and different styles. Oh my god, it's so hot here. Like it's always so hot that like I'm like ponytail buns, put it up in a clip like something. I cannot stand to wear my hair down. And it just kind of makes it like, do I really want long hair if I can't wear it down like ever? To show. Save length club. But the haircut I want to try this time is a Korean hush cut. Let me see if I can find some quick examples. Well, I definitely know who he is from your false start earlier, but not really aside from that. Yeah, I kind of know. What am I supposed to know that I don't know? That's my question. Okay, so this is a side view of a Korean hush cut. So with my thick hair, it'll need to be like layered. The whole point is to look really like airy and wispy. And just like layered, but wispy and airy and kind of ethereal. So that's a side view. Let me see if I can quickly find some good other pictures. This is a pretty good like front picture. Wait, is it showing right? Do I need to recrop things? Yeah, that's decent enough. So that's like a good front picture of it. I kind of like the long bangs in your face. They'll probably drive me nuts, but I'm gonna try it. Um, where did it go? I don't want to keep like recropping things, so if part of the picture is cut off, you'll still get the idea, I hope. Yuna, Yuna. What is this? Yeah, I don't think I'd have my bangs like all the way this long, but I might have them wispy and kind of like just a little lower than my eyes. Hi, American. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm just babbling about, uh, haircuts at the moment. And the color, is just gonna be that, like, that model that I just showed. I think she's pretty. It's just like, she looks like the cool girl crush girl in, like, anime or K-pop song, you know? She doesn't look like, she looks like a tough, cool girl, not like necessarily masculine to me. Yeah, so maybe if I get my hair like really wispy and layered and it looks really good, I'll be able to like because of all the bulk thinned out of it, um, I'll be able to like tolerate it being long. Not for a Western girl, but for an Asian girl, I think she looks boyish. Yeah, tough. Tough works. I like anime? Yes, I do. I got my Dragon Ball Super shirt on. In fact, I have Tomie, the bad side of myself, as a manga character, sitting next to me at all times. I have an anime purse. In fact, even my earrings are anime. They look like Peach Girl, but I'm not sure if they're supposed to be. What anime do you like? I hate that my chat won't show up. I'm gonna continue just like reading out everybody's like name and what they say so that both sides can tell what the fuck is going on. You're kinda old. I know what. I know that you're kinda old. I don't know. Age is just a number for the most part unless you're gonna do something weird that gets you in trouble, but I mean, for the most part, I don't give a shit about people's ages. I don't like people calling themselves old unless it's like jokingly. You're only as old as you feel like. So sometimes you just gotta like not sink into that I'm so old feeling. Just be like, no, I'm fucking not. I'm glad I'm alive. You have the Peach Girl DVDs, Deadly? That's awesome. I remember Dragon Ball Z as well. And Dragon Ball. Does that make me old, kind of? Deadly, I got Ash, like, watching Yu Yu Hakusho finally. Okay. So American says I was already an adult when that anime was on. Humans, you guys are so silly. Calling yourselves old because you're an adult while you're talking to an alien who's I mean, several hundred years old. Your lifespans are so small, just enjoy them and stop being so critical of yourselves. Dudley says, I have the whole Dragon Ball series and movies. Cool, cool. They have the new Oval with, OVA with the 30-year Blu-ray. Oh, nice. We're watching it on Netflix. Dudley goes on to say, I have Kai and DBZ on Blu-ray too. Nice. I have a leaky fucking vape. Now that they added, y'all can think this is gross and weird, but now that they added a fucking 30 fucking percent tax in my state, plus this shit tastes good. It's like sugar cookie flavor. This shit is too expensive. If it starts leaking out, I'm going to lick it off of the vape. I'm gonna do it. Y'all can judge me if you want. Too expensive to let it just like get wiped up by a napkin. It's so bad. Dudley says, get the Toguro yet? No. I'm waiting for it though. And also says, Netflix don't have the whole series though, or they finally added. They have the first two seasons. I thought it was longer than that. So yeah, they probably don't have the whole series, but I mean, we got sites like Watch Cartoon Online and Putlocker and stuff. I'm sure I can find the rest. I'm good at that. I don't know. I think it's the original, but most like even old series that were dubbed on Netflix wind up having better dubs than I remember, but the voices are still very goofy. So I don't know if it was a redub. Hi Maddie G! Meowdy, back to you. 112 eps, yeah, they don't have the whole series, I don't think then. I want to say it's like 50 something episodes that's on there. Also, sorry guys for there being no chat, even though I'm on both sites right now, Twitch and YouTube. Something's going on with YouTube, and I think that's why my chat isn't showing up. It's like there, it's just invisible. I can't see it either. But I can read in the little sidebar over here what both of everyone says. So I'm trying to like say people's names and what they're saying. So I hope it doesn't get too confusing. And that way you guys can still like kind of communicate with each other, even if you're on a different site. Deadly says, I own Yu Yu Hakusho 4 times. I mean, your name is from it, Deadly Toguro. So that would make sense. Is it your like all-time favorite? Maddie says, are dragons able to blow out birthday candles? I don't know. It depends on like uh the supposed biology and like physical theory behind their fire breath technique and if they can control that or not, I guess. But I feel like this is a joke and it's got a silly answer, so go ahead. Also, BRB real quick, I will read it as soon as I get back. Okay, I'm back. Maddie says it was a random thought. Deadly says, well, probably. A few other ones like Full Metal Alchemist and Death Note. Probably, as in, probably your favorite anime. And stuff that's pretty good. Bleach. They need to redo Bleach like DBZ Kai. And do Yu Yu Hakusho with like the Kai version too. For sure. Do you want a serious answer? Hey, flawless. Not much. Just chillin'. Me and Hate were supposed to do a panel with some other people tonight, and those people were kind of a mess, and it didn't work out. But for once, I was responsibles and woke up after a short nap and got ready after picked another outfit, put on makeup, did my hair, and I was like, I am not I am not wasting this. That's too much effort. Oh, you like the lime choker? I like it too. I accidentally bought it twice, in fact. I gave one to JJ, and he switched like the charm out for this like Sailor Venus charm that he had. I just figured like he probably had something cool to put on it. Deadly said, wait, Flawless also said my left AirPod crapped out, so I found some sound core buds for 50 on sale on Amazon. Nice. Deadly says big difference in anime for short ones and long ones. Big difference like when they redub it, is that what you mean? Or you mean like different favorites? But back to like, can dragons blow out birthday candles? I think the best biological physiology kind of explanation I've heard of for dragons and their fire breath is that they have a certain organ that keeps a type of fuel, and they have like something in their throat that they can click while breathing out to ignite that, kind of like a flint, you know? So if they can control not igniting while breathing out, then sure, they can blow out birthday candles. If they can't, then they're just like annihilating the entire cake and all the candles. Deadly says, as in for a favorite. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Um, I think it's pretty okay and like acceptable to be like, this is my longer series favorite that I could stick with forever, and this is like a really good series that is also a favorite that is like 8 episodes, you know? I want another breadstick. Hold on, guys. This is actually more of like a bun kind, but it's the same thing as those little Asian breadsticks that I'm totally addicted to. It's just like a little bun instead. It's like sweet bread with a little bit of like cream cheese, cheesecakey kind of cheese filling. Really good. I love these things way too much. Deadly says, if dragons can speak without flames, so should they be able to blow air. Solid logic. Hey, are you still here? we're eating. I'm completely obsessed with these little like Asian snack breadsticks, and they also have like little bun versions. It's like a sweeter bread, but it's not. Y'all know Asian snacks. They're not like super overly sweet, which I like. Sometimes I like complete and total sugar bullshit too from here, but I kind of like the it's sweet but not sugar, like death by sugar, you know? So you got that. You got kind of a sweeter bread. I think I just took the entire filling out, so I can't show you. But it has, this flavor has a bit of a, it's just cheese flavor, but it has a bit of like a sort of cheesecakey taste to it, not like you're eating a sweet dessert with cheddar in it. It doesn't taste like that. You know what I mean? But usually we have like the long breadstick kind. Recently we got some of the little bun types too. They're really good. I can show you guys like the package. Sorry for the sniffle. Okay. So these are the really good kind. It's an empty pack. I ate the last one. But they look like that. Like little like crisscrossy breadsticks. And this is like the cheese flavor. It says, "Baby is hungry." And this is the one that we tried this time that has like, they're more bun shaped. It's also the cheese flavor. It's exactly the same tasting except it's not a breadstick like these are. This is cranberry flavor. It's very like lightly cranberry. There's not a super cranberry taste to it. All of them are good. Would highly recommend. They have a milk flavor too, which is basically just like a plain breadstick. I am surprised my little baby boy has not shown up to come be like, "Mom, give me a piece." He is just as addicted to them as me. But here's Nosy Butt. Nosy Butt want breadsticks? What, should I open another one to share with you? Mama's gonna get fat. I already did though. Okay, I'll open one and save the rest for later just so you can have a piece. Here's the bun type. I'll show you like at the middle where the cheese flavor part is. So if you tear it open, you see how there's like a bit of like a creamy cheese stuff inside. Yeah. A piece? I'll put it there for you. I know my cats are spoiled. Right. I'm not gonna eat the whole thing right now. I'm gonna go put it to the side. But yeah, they're super good. Definitely recommend. There's an Asian market online that we order from called Say We, where you can get all the Asian snacks and stuff. Would definitely recommend if it delivers to your area. this closed, save it for later. Alright, here, this is where we order from. It's say we with 3e's.com. He's a cute bag too. No, this is the other side. But yeah, that's the place to get the Asian snacks if it delivers to your area. And we've gotten some of the weird like Oreo things, stuff like that. Like you know, the like other countries have weird like Oreo flavors, or like say a special like Chinese New Year edition or something like that. We've gotten those. Um, Different flavors of like ramen. Little boba to freeze and eat frozen. Um, Boba mochis, like they've got mochis with like boba tea inside. That's what I was trying to say. Those are good too. Hi, Ice Pick. Says, love the vibe, been lurking. Thank you so much for lurking and for the compliment. I really appreciate it. And don't feel like you gotta chat. If you just want to sit there and lurk, I just really appreciate you letting me know that you're there. Sometimes I feel like, you know, the how many people counter is lying to me. So it's always nice to just have somebody be like, hi, I'm here. Okay, I'm not gonna talk anymore, you know. But do feel free to talk if you want to. We are not, we're chill here, you know, nobody's gonna be rude to you. If they are, I will fight them. Safe place, but it's also a be yourself place, you know? It's an interesting, weird, awkward vibe you got going. Yeah, that's me. Is it? In a way that's good to hear. I completely quit alcohol after like, I don't know, like 10 years of daily drinking, something like that. And like daily drinking, not like I have a glass of wine to chill out lately. No, no, no. I didn't think you meant any disrespect from it. Um, it's genuinely kind of good to hear. Because, like, even though I'm gonna say this quietly because I don't want my boyfriend to worry, I think he's asleep and won't hear it anyway. But I did kind of recently relapse. I have drank a little bit tonight, but it's nowhere near the like, I'm gonna drink 10 plus drinks every night kind of status that I was at before. It's just kind of like, man, my nerves are bad. I need to get back into the swing of things a little bit. So I'm not like drinking myself into like having no concept of feeling self conscious or having any thought about what I'm doing and just doing the things like full confidence, all out. Let's just do all the things that I think, if that makes sense. So even though I cheated a little bit, I am still a bit nervous, and I did completely quit for like 3 months, but it's hard. It's like I eased off of it physically, but I need to ease off of it more mentally. I need to still cling to it a little bit when I'm streaming and just not drink enough that I feel like uh I can do whatever I want and I'm relying on it. Like just drink a little bit to where it kind of helps with my nervousness and then gradually be okay with like, okay, I don't need it. Yeah, comfortable in your own skin. That's not as quick of a switch as being able to not drink and not withdrawing. I don't know, like if you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry, I can't explain it any better than that. But yeah, I'm still working on it. I didn't give up. You quit and went through a fit of depression and had a bottle of wine, so you get it. Yeah, it's been tough. It's like you're physically okay and everything's cool, but you can't leave the couch and you just feel like I'm doing a lot just to exist today, and you want to be productive, but you're like, just one more YouTube video, just one more YouTube video. Oh yeah, I mean, well, for years I drank like literally 10 plus drinks a day. So I definitely had withdrawals. So I eased off of it. It took me about 3 extra months to taper down. Yeah. Did you get to a point where you just don't drink often and you do like, I'm gonna be normal about drinks? I can have one if I'm hanging out with friends or something. Oh, dude. I don't know about that. I have outdrank some really heavy drinkers who are a lot bigger than me. People laugh at me when I used to like tell them I'm like, I can outdrink you. Oh my god. I always did. My baby. You're so sweet. It's a nosy butt. Double Henny and Diet Coke all the way. Straight Henny out the bottle. Can't afford that. We got Kraken rum or vodka because it's cheap and I don't like it, but I'm gonna drink it anyway and maybe it'll slow me down. Like, it didn't at all. But less calories that count. Deadly says, I probably only had 10 drinks my whole life. If I didn't get divorced, probably wouldn't have had any. I'm sorry you went through that. That must have been tough. Um, but consider yourself lucky if you fall into the trap of feeling like you need it to make your brain feel normal. It's tough. It's really tough to try to change from that. And there's a lot of people who don't understand it. And it's hard to keep your mind set on, I shouldn't completely fall back into this, even though I don't feel okay. A lot of people don't understand, and it's hard to communicate it. If my boyfriend knew that I was kind of like sipping right now, he'd probably worry. But I enjoy drinking. It's not pills. I can't relate. Um, I went to rehab twice, and that was before I was very into alcohol, and that was let's put it this way, when I didn't want anyone at the rehab to really get to know me, the first one I went to, and I was convinced that I would only be there for a short time before I found my way to leave. they would ask, "What's your DOC, drug of choice?" If you guys don't know what that means, and I would say, "Well, what do you got?" Or I would answer, "More." They all laughed at me because I looked so cute and young. Like they thought that they would be like, "What are you here for? Marijuana?" Eventually, I was just like, "No, I was like shooting up heroin and smoking crack, honestly, or anything I could get my hands on." And they were really shocked about that. And I don't hide these things because there might be somebody else who's struggling with that. And I don't give a shit what people think about me for having done like the worst drugs known and surviving it. I will always put my truth and my story out so that I can help somebody else who's dealing with it. Dudley says, "I just like being 100% aware kind of thing and never want a want for drugs or alcohol." That's good. You keep that mindset, dude. I I wouldn't wish somebody feeling like so un-okay being aware and in their own skin and their natural mental state on anyone else. Like it's so bad. It's really so bad. Like life just feels like it's set on absolute difficulty mode, like a secret difficulty mode that you had to unlock to play the game. And I think about years and years ago, before I had done any drugs or drank at all, and I know that I can be that silly, like over the top, giggly, hyper person that doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks. But it's like I really have to find my way through like a winding life path to get back to being that person. By the way, Ice Pick said, "Yeah, so I can quit drinking with no withdrawal, but mentally I become numb. I feel that, not my rum, but I don't judge." Exactly. Preach. My body fights drugs, fights everything. It allows alcohol, but as an adult, I, hang on, did it say more in the chat? Oh, I, and then the docs tell me different. I think there was a little bit that got erased or something. But yeah, guys, if you ever have a friend or family member who's struggling with stuff, point them my way. Be like, this person has been through all of it. They will not judge you. If you need somebody to talk to, go talk to them. They're good people. And I don't care that I don't know this person. I will always be there to talk to that person. I will care for your loved one like you guys care for them. I am streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. Usually there's an aggregated chat over here on the screen so you guys can see each other talk and communicate with each other easier. But YouTube seems to be having some like weird little bugs right now. Uh, so I guess that's why the chat's not showing up. But I can see what everybody's saying, so I'm just trying to like, no, Garnby on Twitch and Genesis underscore Barry on YouTube. I can here. Let me. I'm gonna put my all my links. I meant to. I should have actually pinned that anyway. There's always somebody who wants to like talk me into taking my shirt off or something, so they might as well have the links for that stuff that's allowed. I don't know why. Like, why do people treat Twitch like it is a cam site? Why are these girls being cam models on Twitch when it's not supposed to happen there? Why do guys think they can just go in and be like, I will pay you a lot of bits to show your panties? And you're like, that's not allowed. And they're like, yes, it is. And I'm like, pay me the bits first then. And they're like, okay, I sent it. And I'm like, right, okay. I don't know. People are ridiculous. Like, just go to those sites. Interesting name. Yeah, my parents were like really religious and stuff. Uh, Deadly so giggity. Icepick says, by the way, alright, the choker with the lime lollipop, I've been wondering that. Wait. There. Now it's fixed. But, what about it? It's a necklace. It looks cute. It's not. It's got space. It's just a necklace. So anyways, let me put this and pin it in my chats. I think I have my YouTubes and Twitches on there, right? Yeah, I do. I really need to take off nothing yet coming soon. Should be like mostly I just stream videos coming soon. Yeah, I just need to update my online links, but all those links are like legit. Like they're all the right ones. I think, is this still good? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so I am actually live on YouTube. It was looking kind of weird there for a minute. Hang on. So my fights, anything toxic? What? Oh, your fight is against toxic stuff? Is like behaviors? What, am I getting that right? Man, I'm kind of upset that wait, it accepted alcohol for I accepted alcohol for a good mine in my 20s? Mine? Okay, wait, word's a little confusing. I think I get the point. My early 30s, it was like, bish, please. So basically, you're saying, like, your body, like, fights against toxins and it doesn't handle them well. And you got it to accept alcohol for a period of time during your 20s. When you hit your 30s, it was like, we're not doing that anymore. I'm gonna feel like heartburn and sick and stuff, right? Is it, am I somewhere close to that effect? Yeah. Did Hate go live? Let me see if Hate went live on his own channel. I'll be like, yo, why couldn't we do our own panel? Nope, he must have gone to bed, I guess. My god, I haven't seen somebody say yuppers in so long. But yeah, I used to be like such a wine lady. If I was a mom, I would have been a wine mom, but I'm not a mom unless you count my cats, which I do, I count them. But I was very much a wine mom for a long time, and then suddenly heartburn every time I drank like red wine, which is what I liked. I lived a hell of a 20s, which I have to now live with. I feel that like a lot. Yeah, the things we do when we think that we're invincible to harm that catches up to us later. I might take a quick break. I wish I could leave you guys with the aggregated chat so you could like see it on the screen over here where it usually is. and between sites could chat with each other, but I can't do that today. It's just not working. Sorry. Wait, Icepick says, yeah, 5 o'clock trips to the beach after the bars close, etc., that kind of stuff, and everything in between. I mean, that sounds fun though. Trips to the beach. I love the beach. I'm stuck in freaking New Orleans, where I've been stationed on a 70-year interplanetary visa. I would love to live somewhere where there's snow and cold and lots of dark, preferably. Or if I have to settle for somewhere warm where there's beaches, like Florida, yeah. I get muddy ass Louisiana coast and heat and humidity that like boils you alive every day. It's like that level of Mario where the sun is following you around trying to kill you. That's how I feel here. Alright, BRB, going to the potty times. Wait, where's Cat and BRB thingy? There it is. Okay, I am back. Roll call, who's still here? Hey, Susu, come here. You know your big sister doesn't like to play, she just likes naps. Naps and treats is all she likes. Hi, sweet boy. Hi, sweet boy. Oh my gosh, your tail all puffed out. You gonna get her? You gonna go get her? Oh my god, it's so silly looking. Of course I washed my hands. Okay, it took me a minute. I was like, swamp ass and squiters? But skeeters, like mosquitoes, I figured it out. I figured it out. Yeah, I always wash my hands. Um, that was my little son, Susuwatari Milo the Third, reincarnation of two previous cats of mine. We had a very, very unlucky couple lifetimes there, and he passed around Halloweenish, somewhere around that time, um, from kidney failure, and that was my baby boy. And I remember, just laying by him and being like, as he's going to sleep, and just find me again. You found me twice, find me one more time. Third time's the charm. Hopefully this one will get to have a full life together. And I looked for months in kitten groups, shelters, and I just had this weird feeling that this time he was an orange tabby last time, and I just had this feeling he was going to be a black cat this time. But I was, open to being wrong. And suddenly, after months, I see this little black kitten in a post on a kitten group that needed rehoming, and I was like, that's him. I don't know, just gut feeling, I recognized him. And I took my bestie JJ, who is asleep right now, but usually would be in the chat with us under the name Anatar. I took JJ with me because I was like, I might be too hopeful and just ready to find him, but I don't have a super logical, like, judgment of the situation. And he was like, yeah, I don't think JJ even believes in reincarnation. My boyfriend does not believe in anything spiritual. And I even caught him one day watching some of the quirky things Susu does and going, well, he's got Catrick's spirit in him. And I was like, even he thinks so. So yeah, I love that little baby. I'm so happy I found him again. Deadleaf still there? Sorry guys, my nose is running. I have my own opinions that piss you off, Your opinions piss you off, or what I said pisses you off? Oh, oh, wait. I read it wrong. I have my own opinions that pisses off 99% of people, right? Is that what you meant? Deadly, are you still here? Okay, for sure. Again, this place is a chill and safe place, but that doesn't mean we respect the majority and everything is politically correct. What I mean by that is I want everybody to, as long as they stay respectful, be able to have a real discussion about their real thoughts, you know, and if anybody's mean to you in my chat when you were being respectful and just stating an opinion they didn't like, they're gonna suffer the consequences, not you. I want people to be free to discuss things. And the internet has gotten to this point where you say something that's unpopular and everybody just wants to like pile on you and tell you what's wrong with what you think. Instead of just calmly discussing it and be like, you know what? Okay, so you see my point, but you don't believe it, and I see your point, but I disagree, so, but that's cool. We had a discussion. Appreciate you sharing, you know? Like, where did that go? Yeah, I'm used to it too, but it makes me feel like so sick and disappointed sometimes. You know what I mean? And I don't just say that for you. I just want everybody to know that my chat, you can have your opinion, keep it respectful, care about the people around you, but state your opinion. And if anybody tries to get all like, let's all hate on this person for their opinion, even though they stated it nicely and respectfully, just because we disagree and it's not the popular opinion, like, I'll time them out. They can go like think about what they did in the corner. We need more freedom of speech and like people having free discussions and sharing opinions without hating each other. I'm super unpopular online. It's easy to get internet gangster. Like if you saw me, you would be like, I wouldn't say that. Like I wouldn't say that you're internet gangster, or you wouldn't say, wait, rephrase, I'm confused. No, wait. I mean that in a, if you were in front of me, you wouldn't talk shit. Like you're a bit intimidating looking. No, where I hate text. Yeah, a lot of it is like verb tense and like punctuation and shit. It's easy to like get it kind of mixed up sometimes, especially if you're typing in a hurry. Hey, Deadly, you're still here. Nice. It's easy to be an online troll or whatever when you can use aliases and hide in the shadows. And that's the thing. Like, people, oh my god, when you're a girl streamer, especially on the more adult sites, but I've gotten a lot on Twitch too. Not so much from YouTube, I just have like a smaller list of people usually who's on there, or at least it's starting to grow. Um, but people would pop into my Twitch or into my other site chats. Their favorite thing is to be like, "You're fat," and I'd be like, I'm a little out of shape. I gained a few pounds. It happens to everybody, but I'm getting back in shape. I'm working on it slowly. What about you? You want to like call in and show your perfect bod on your webcam? We can do that. You can show us what we're all supposed to look like. They leave so fast. I don't know. I mean, I'm not super fat. I'm a size medium, but I'm a little pudgy. Yeah, people call me that all the time. Trolls are secret fans, and they're like easy comedy. It's great. I love them. Hi, Pinels? Pinels? I'm not sure which one. Hi, Jenny. How's it going, you guys? So usually I have an aggregated chat of both the sites I'm on that pops up on the screen so everybody can read stuff for themselves. Today I'm trying to like say everybody's username and what they're saying because for some reason the chat's not working today. Jaggy says I have the same vape as you. Yeah, you're in the Vaporesso club. Well, I'm originally from Pluto, Pinos, but I've been stationed in New Orleans for about half of a 70-year interplanetary visa. It's definitely not by choice. It's way too hot and humid here. I miss ice and snow and cold like a lot. Um, I don't really give out my server Discord, but I can give you my username thingy and you can add me as a friend. Okay, it should just be under Garnby, but I think a couple people said that it doesn't work without the old school numbers, so let me find the numbers. I forgot how to find the numbers. 3718. Okay. I'm gonna put it in the chat. That is the wrong window. Where did I say? 3718, 3758? What did I gotta look at it again. 3718. And let me know if your username is different when you add me, who you are. Just like include that in the message, just so I can keep track of who's who. And I'm gonna put it in this chat too. This is my Discord username. If anybody wants to add me as a friend, let me know who you are. When you send a message, just be like, hey, it is Ice Pick on YouTube. If your like username is different, so I can remember who everybody is. Deadly says I'm probably an alien too, but I hit my head like Goku and forgot. Makes sense, dude. Makes sense. That's quite likely, in fact. Okay, so I am actually live. Oh my god, what did I click on YouTube? I was looking. Good, you guys have like the same username, so everything's easy. Okay, added to friends and sent waves. Thanks for adding me, guys. I'm not always the best at, messaging back quickly, but I always do try to get back to everybody. So, I mean, there are days that I just get really, like, overwhelmed by life, and I think most of it is I don't want to see, like, texts from my mom. She's so overwhelming and will remind me of all the things that I already remember that I need to do that are stressing me out. So I don't check my texts, and somehow it just carries over, and I don't check my Discord, and I don't check anything for like a day. And then, like, the next day or two, I'm like, sorry I didn't answer, you know? Susu buddy, you know my mouth doesn't like to play. You can see mama? My little boy. Oh, he's off. He's busy, mom. Don't pet me. I understand. I don't want to put effort into people. It feels that way sometimes, right? Hmm. That's weird. Ooh. Blah, 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 blah. Aha, that one. Hmm. Hmm. Man, it doesn't tell me if you guys need software or not. I was looking at Streamlabs collab cam, where you can have people call in for panels or whatever. And thank you for the follow. Oh my god, I'm just clicking random shit now by accident. That one, that's the right window. Family, close friends, just people can take a lot of energy. They can. And I think a lot of times it's the like it's not an equal give and take. Like people take a lot, but they don't really like give back to it as much. I find that like the friends that I do feel it's an equal friendship feel a lot less exhausting, you know? But also sometimes it's easy to feel like you're bummed out and you don't want to bum other people out. So you just kind of avoid them, which, I mean, let's be real, any real friend who actually gave a shit wouldn't be like, God, why are you talking about so much depressing stuff? Now I'm depressed too, God. You know? But it can feel like that sometimes. I think I need a StreamYard, and that's how I was gonna get people to call in, most likely. No, I don't want to. Let's. Sorry guys, I'm in the land of another tab. Okay, I don't think that was the account I originally made. Maybe I didn't make one and I'm just tripping and I think I did. Anyways, let me read the chat again. Icepix says, and I want to like hide my depression from say like Facebook. Then I go, F it. I got a lot of childhood homies going through the same shit. I'll post it so they're not alone. Right? That's how things should work. Sometimes we just get a little bit ridiculous and we forget about that kind of thing though. I think I really did make a StreamYards account at some point. Apparently not in that email. Hmm. Okay, that's the one. No, I'm already logged into Streamlabs. I was supposed to do a panel tonight, so I keep thinking about like, which method did I originally finally decide on for if I wanted to have people call in and talk? I was like, I think I made a StreamYard. I don't know. Apparently I did. Just had to figure out which email I used for it. Okay, apparently it was stream yards. How do... Hmm, it's kind of weird. Huh. I wish that StreamYards gave you like a widget that you could like add as a source to your already going stream instead of having to like stop the stream and start a new one where it's like streaming to Twitch or YouTube. You were trying to log in as you need to change your Twitch key, add an authentication code, pair them, accept text. I can do it, but my cam isn't working because of my terrorist cat. Why is she a terrorist? I mean, my Twitch is paired with StreamYards. I don't see an area where you can like open it in the browser and then use like what's going on as a source for your stream that's already going. Like you can't add it as a source into um your streaming software. Like I see how to stream it to Twitch or to YouTube. What I don't see is like, you know, in my usual streaming software, why can't I like put it into like plug it in right here without stopping, you know, my stream and restarting it or doing my stream completely in StreamYards. That's what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense? She's a terrorist because of chords. I see. Use Streamlabs. I do use Streamlabs, but most of the people I know that I would be in like panels with use StreamYards. So I have one of those accounts so that I can join in on their chats and stuff if they want me to hop on. And I think that's probably what I would use if I did a panel or like a podcast thing, unless I just had somebody go in a, you know, FaceTimey call on Discord and use the screen capture and audio capture, that sort of thing. Um, oh, no. My streaming software isn't Streamlabs. I use Streamlabs for like little, like, someone's now following you or text to speech or whatever. Um, that pops up on the screen. I use Prism Live Studio for actually streaming. It's like OBS Studio, it's based on OBS Studio, but I feel like they tweaked it and made it better. It's more user friendly and just kind of intuitive. You set it up the same way, and I swear, everybody was like, oh, it's your connection, it's not OBS. OBS used to make my streams lag like a motherfucker. And you know, it was OBS. And Prism Live Studio just doesn't do all that shit. There's no lag, and it's easier. Yeah, me too. I do bits of stuff for that. Just add a new screen and capture it. You mean from StreamYards? Or like, I mean from a Discord call, yeah, I could do that easily. No, I get what you mean. That's why I said like if the person had Discord, that might be like the way to go for like a panel. But I know a lot of people use StreamYard and you can have like so many people call in. Prism, yeah, like that. Prism Live Studio. I don't know if they finally added a version for Mac or not. So when I used my MacBook, I mean, it's been a while since I tried that. I still had to use OBS, but they might have updated that. It works the same way as OBS. Like, it's literally just like a streamlined, easier to use OBS that doesn't make your shit lag. It's got built-in settings for YouTube as well. Uh, you can literally like sign in at the top and it saves that info and you don't have to use your stupid RTMP, RMTP. You know what I mean? You can edit your thumbnail, your title, your description before you go live. I still like to edit it on YouTube first so that I can mess with the tags too, but that wasn't an option today. It wouldn't let me edit, and that's all over uh, Reddit as well. So apparently it's not just me, like nobody could click the edit button. So it was actually kind of a lifesaver because I could edit the title at least and the thumbnail and the description, even if I couldn't mess with the tags, and I could still go live. But yeah, I guarantee you that that's why YouTube isn't like has I guarantee you it's YouTube that has messed up my chat right now because literally like usually over oh yeah, you guys can't see that. Over here I have a mixed chat that has like the Twitch icon by somebody who's from Twitch and their username and what they said, and then like a YouTube icon by somebody else's name and what they say. It puts the chats together. So on the screen, you guys can see what each other are saying, even if you're on a different site. I love that so much. It doesn't work with every site, but the sites that it supports, you can aggregate the chats. By the way, guys, at eventually in year, eventually on in an eventually month of clock at some point, I do have an upcoming podcast with a lot of my friends called Mutual Funeral. We're still a little bit debating on how it's gonna work, but I'm pretty sure I figured out like what we're gonna do. If you ask me what it's about, like the point is we don't know what it's about, but it's a conversation and it's rather spontaneous and it's a bit of a game. Um, it'll probably include weird life stories and memories, maybe some like I don't know, creepy ghost story we heard once. It was random ass shit. It'll be storytelling, fun between friends, as far as I'm thinking. So definitely stay tuned for Mutual Funeral. It'll be on both these channels. If it's a friend who's not comfortable with being live, I will pre-record and edit it, and on Twitch, I will still be live while I'm playing it as a like a replay. They allow you to do like a replay episode or pre-recorded or whatever. So I'll be live in the chat and we can watch it together. So it'll still be kind of live streamed, but what's being said won't be live, you know. And on YouTube, it'll just be a video, maybe a premiere or something. I don't know if I have that capability yet. But yeah, Mutual Funeral. I always want to hear legit stories about crazy things that happened. I'm still here, by the way. I'm just running like 10 feet that way, real quick. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I had runny nose time, so I'm back. Ooh, a three-parter story has to do with praying a demon away twice where it came back. I am so down to hear this, and by the way, I believe you. Oh, I didn't even say the craziest thing about Susu over here. His face looks like he's a different fur color and younger, but his face looks just like Catrick's face, which looked very similar to Isley's face. It's like his face just wound up the same so that I would recognize him or something. No, it's a legit story. Yeah, it's what I said. I believe you. Like, legit, I believe you. That was the point. Oh my god, did I not post that I was live on Twitter? That was dumb. Let me do that real quick in another tab. By the way, if you guys have Twitter, you should follow me there. That's usually where I'm like, I'm gonna go live soon. Then I'm like, I'm going live on this or this platform. Click here, pick your favorite. I don't think I put it in my friend's group chat either. Maybe I did? Hmm. Hang on, guys. I'm in another tab. I'm totally going to check it in just a second. I can't believe I forgot to put notifications where I usually post them. That was really dumb. I can't even find where I saved my picture. Okay, there we go. No, not that one. Where's the picture? Why do I always have to use a picture? Why do I convince myself I have to use a picture and then get a little bit picky about the picture? Anyways. Okay, one more. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm done. Um, it's hard to type it all out. This is still ice pick, guys. It's hard to type it all out because it includes 3 people and there's a lot of ins and outs. I refuse to write it down also. God says no. That's understandable. If God says no, then best to listen to him. Funny enough, my ex used to stream on Twitch. Who used to stream on Twitch would add it to her Halloween special. It sounds like she was making some practical use of the story without really respecting it as something true. Hey, hey, you're back! I'm so happy. She would add it to. Okay, yeah, believe it or not. Oh, okay, I mean, you said, like, you weren't supposed to write it down or anything, so I'm sorry that I assumed that. I just figured she was like, oh, let me tell you my boyfriend's scary story. This so happened to him, you know, without taking it seriously. But yeah, I mean, there's two things that make a really good supernatural horror: the thought that it really did happen, and no conclusion. You don't figure out what's going on, you don't see the thing. Um, you're not even sure if the person who was narrating that you were following during the movie or the book was actually seeing this or if they were just batshit. I love supernatural horror and I love the unknown element. I would rather not get answers and just be like, I don't know what the fuck I just watched. I have no idea what's going on, but it's creepy. And it's worse because I don't know what happened. What happened? What was even the bad guy? What was it? Was it an alien? Was it a demon? Was it just a ghost? Was it real? And then it's even better when like you've got those shows like Haunted on Netflix where the person's telling their experiences and they have the cheesy reenactment, but it's still like, oh, these are people's like real stories, unless they're lying. But supposedly these are real things that happen to people. It's freaky. Yeah, it is freaky as fuck. Like I said, I believe you. Been there, done that. Unfortunately, wouldn't wish it on anyone. I call it a demon and evil energy. I would say that's probably what I would call it too. I would I would really define demons that way. Evil spirit of some sort that doesn't have great intentions or even kind of good intentions, like none of that. Oh my god, you guys, like ADHD kid here has like 20 tabs open, not just like browser tabs, but like different windows. And I'm like, click, 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 click. Where is my streaming software? It's that one. You know, every time you see me doing this, okay. I wasn't trying to change the subject. I'm just letting you guys know why I'm so spaced out and clicking random stuff. That I'm not like trying to ignore you guys. Sometimes I accidentally clicked another window or something and I have like 20 of them open, so I have to like try to find the not the browser, the streaming software again. But no, I wasn't trying to change the topic. Sorry if you thought that. Pray to whoever or whatever. I think the who and what is kind of important though, but I get that, you gotta respect other people. Oh, no, 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 I meant what I said. Oh, like you were kind of talking about what you call it and what it was like instead of, or are you saying you're trying to change this? I'm so confused. Were you calling yourself out for changing the subject, or were you saying, yeah, fuck this, I'm changing the subject? I get you. We don't need to be fucking afraid of this energy, though. Like, part of their power is just being like, I'm real and I'm so powerful and like, I'm gonna scare you. They lose a lot of power if you ignore them or yell at them and just stay in prayer. Or, I mean, I'm not gonna say that people who don't pray are safe if they keep like positive thoughts or anything. I don't want to mislead anybody, but I would say the less you fear these things and the more you ignore them and have whatever faith in positive spirits or whatever that you have, the better off you are. Like, myself, I am a Christian. I don't like to say that because lately we get lumped in with all of the crazy people who say hateful, nonsensical things. I usually just say I'm a follower of Yeshua, which is true. That means I'm a follower of Jesus in his Hebrew name. But it gives people a chance to say, well, what does that mean? Instead of being like, oh, this person hates me because I'm gay, and things like that. What do you mean by that last statement, text? It is strong. I believe you, I really do. But yeah, I think most of their power is a lie. It's the fear they cause that they feed off of makes them more powerful. You might see it at the corner of your eye, you fucking ignore it, or be like, this is my house. What the fuck are you doing here? Get out. In the name of Jesus. Or I don't know if you have different beliefs, maybe grab a handful of salt and be like, you're dead. You know? And that is hard to do. It's very hard to do. It really is. When you see these things, like, you're terrified and you have to, like, really logic in a hurry. That it doesn't. It's like the labyrinth. Y'all like the movie The Labyrinth with David Bowie, and at the end, our queen Jennifer Connelly is like, "You have no power over me. You have no power over me." It's that. I concur that that one latches. I love that movie too. I used to watch it almost every single night when I couldn't fall asleep. And that was when I used to like take pills and stuff, so it would be like comfy high and just being like, She is the queen, and I love David Bowie, and this is so silly, but I love it forever. You know, never got tired of it. But yeah, do you want to tell your story, or should we move on? It wasn't a kid's movie. I didn't watch it as a kid. I watched it later on in my life. Jim Henson was amazing. I miss Jim Henson's trippy, weird art. Like that's a loss that I don't know if I'll ever get over, that we don't have more actual Jim Henson stuff. Like I know his daughter, I believe, carried on with Mirror Mask, and it was very cool, but it's just like we're never gonna have like something crazy like Dark Crystal or Labyrinth again. Not from the same person, the same mind. Yoda and Miss Piggy was the same person. Yeah, I know. You'll speak, not write. So you want to call in and tell it? Dark Crystal was great. I'm a Rick and Morty fan. My boyfriend, like, literally, he loves it so much, he will, like, while I'm still taking a shower and changing into pajamas and getting ready, like, doing my face care and everything before bed, he hits the pillow and he's, like, knocked out. But every single night, it's Rick and Morty until I get to bed and change it to what I want to watch every single night. But yeah, I crack up at the Rick and Two Crows where they have the obvious like parody of the Skeksis from Dark Crystal. And I'm like, this is the Skeksis that recognizes Dark Crystal. We love that. You know, like just that derpy little yes, that was the point, and everyone knows, okay? You're not in like a secret club self. But yeah, I'm okay with it. Do we want to go through? I guess we go through Discord and I do a screen capture thing. Wait, let me read what you wrote. I was looking in the chat for it. I saw it pop up and then I was like, what? I'll only speak it the silent prayer. I mean, are you okay with it? It's your story, and there's only some conditions you feel comfortable with sharing it under. Um, if you want to share it, I'd love to hear it. I think we should give a minute for everybody to realize that if this is a real story, which I believe it is, Ice Pick believes it is, and let's just benefit of the doubt believe that there are evil spirits out there in some form of another or another. Just take 60 seconds here to just, you know, whatever prayer is to you, or positive vibes, whatever you got. Let's just take a minute and focus on good and realize you have no power over me. as the Queen Jennifer Connelly would say. Starting now. Okay, let's stay in that mind space. I'm so sorry for having to put a BRB up for a second, but I don't want to. Whoa, sorry, random leftover alarm. Stay in that headspace, guys. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I don't want to actually interrupt once we get the story started. So I'm gonna take the quickest break and be right back. Okay, guys, let me remind you guys, even though I had to interrupt that for a minute so that I don't interrupt the story, that we're supposed to be staying in a place of positivity, belief in what we believe in, belief in our own strength and worth, as Icepick says, and belief that these things have no power over us. I know a lot of people don't believe in anything spiritual, and that's okay. You can not believe in it, but just know that we need to keep this spirit of reverence and respect for Icepick, who does believe that this is an experience that he had, and that these things are real and malicious. And I believe it too. I've seen some stuff. Oh my god. Of course, hate pops up and is like, I can't hear you above this Tommy Lee idiot, lol Tommy James. Right when we're having a moment of reverence. Ah. Oh, okay. Yeah, we just had a minute of silent prayer and positive vibes and like, you know, Icepick is gonna call in and he's going to tell his story of an actual experience with a demon. Yeah, hate is all good vibes. I mean, his screen name is Hate Goes Here. He's like, hate at me, not at everybody else. I'll take it. That's one of my besties. I love Hate. Hate is a sweetheart. Oh shoot, I clicked it. Wait, where did it go? Oh, over here.
Alright, testing.
Wait, you gotta put your camera on too.
Ooh, oh, I gotta mute your stream.
Okay. Okay, we're just doing voice then.
So can
We
you
can
hear
do,
me?
we can do that. I think everybody can hear, and then I don't have to worry
I
about
know.
like,
I Yeah, I don't. My video. I told you my cat's a terrorist.
yeah, chords.
Um, yeah, no, legit. The story I'm gonna tell you is actually legit. Like it's crazy as fuck.
No,
Like
I
I thought I
believe
was a
you.
fucking
I
idiot.
do.
I thought I was a fuck. I'm sorry for cussing.
No, it's
Um,
fine. I curse too.
okay.
Like I don't. I mean, Jesus curse. Actually, if somebody wants the actual reference
Yeah,
to that,
the
it'll take me a
legit.
minute to find it. Yeah,
It's alright.
it's
Yeah,
that one. It is that
yeah.
one.
That's early. That's like within the first few. No, is it Psalms? Where no, it's not Psalms. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Just
That was the
remember that
hate.
through this
Sorry.
story.
Oh yeah,
All right. Because that keeps popping up, and that's the strength of that one. You know.
absolutely.
This was so I have two exes that were actually part of the story, and they both um agree 100% that this fucking happened, and it happened at two separate times fucking 8 years ago. That's why I said this thing latches.
Were either of them there and saw it, or
One of their brothers were, and one of them was there. And yeah, no, well, I mean, technically yes. um well, again, like, one of them was asleep, one of them I was telling the story to, like, when it happened. I was like, yo, I can't get past this. Like, I saw so I smoke cigarettes. We had
yeah?
a whole conversation, about stuff like that. And I was smoking a cigarette, and I just watched a shadow walked across my fucking blinds, and I was like, what the fuck?
It gives me chills too because
It, and
when somebody else describes the same thing that you've seen and you didn't like tell them anything about it, it's like I don't care who believes me, but like this person is confirmation.
no, 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 no. Uh, don't get there yet, because right now you're setting like to where my story will be a failure. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
You're setting my story up to be a failure right now. You get what I'm saying? Like by you saying that, it's like, oh,
Uh,
I just took your words. And
no, I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't mean
I
to discredit
no no
your failure
yeah,
story or anything.
but you're right. You're 100% right. Off Twitch or anything like that, YouTube and everything else, I have no problem with you like saying that. That would have been like, right, let's fucking talk about this, you know?
Yeah.
But when there's people elsewhere, it's like, oh, well, she said that, so he agreed with her. Um, so one day I woke up just depressed. Fuck, I could not get out of this depression, and like I was scared, like Final Destination scared. Like like you're behind a truck and like if you hit the brakes wrong, the
You're
you know
watching the truck, you're expecting the ceiling to crash, you're gonna trip over
yeah,
something and
I
fall on a
wouldn't
rock and
I
bust your head.
wouldn't
Like something is gonna go wrong, that kind of terror, yeah.
yeah, and I wouldn't even like when I was at a red light, I was not waiting for um the I would be behind where it was. And I'd be like, I don't give a damn these cars get pissed at me or not, but I'm not gonna be underneath this damn red light. Like I refuse. I've watched too many
Like
horror films.
I'm just gonna stop like 2 cars length back, just
Yeah, yeah.
y'all get over it, go around me, whatever.
Yeah. And I remember my first ex that this happened with was her name was Rachel. Her brother's name was Robbie. Robbie is the one that I experienced it with. Rachel then commented later on that um there was some other things, and then she also confirmed what I had talked with Robbie about. So again, this is when we go into the I will not fear you. You're rotting your stuff. They come from me. You anoint my head. Um, my cup overfills. You know.
Hmm.
Uh, and I was like, hey man, like everybody's knocked out upstairs, and we were living in a townhouse. I was like, Robbie, bro, do you ever feel like, man, like somebody's watching you? Like, and he's like, hey man, you got to be careful about that kind of stuff. I remember one time I was, my ex's ex was stalking me, and I was like, no, 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 that's not what I'm meaning, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, you ever feel like something's like watching you, like something's behind your back, they're on top of your shoulders, like wait, like, and you're scared. And he's like, what do you mean? So we're sitting downstairs and at the dining room table, like, and we're drinking, we're having the fun, and it's just me and him, and the kids are upstairs. They're sleeping. Everybody's knocked down. It's just me and him.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, and I was like, "Man, I just feel like there's like a weight on my shoulders, like something's like behind me, pushing like me to like fail or something. I don't know what to feel like about this. Like, I feel like I'm gonna fail. Like, I don't know, man. I'm depressed, and I have no clue why." And he's like, yo, I felt like that yesterday. And I was like, what do you
Mm.
mean? He's like, man, yeah, man, I felt like that yesterday, bro. And I remember I came downstairs, man, and usually in the morning I'd wake up and he's like 16 years older than me, I want to say, or something like that. Um,
Okay, for some reason I was seeing him
I'm
around
in
the
my
same
early
age or
30s.
younger,
Yeah,
so glad
and
you
he's like,
clarified that.
yeah, you know. I know that on there we can't talk about age and stuff like that, you know. But he's rough. I'm roughly about your age. Okay, I'm a little bit older than you. Put it that way.
Okay.
Um, he's I want to say pretty older than me. And usually he'd wake up in the morning, pop in a Sanford and Son DVD. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
And he opened up the Bible and started reading it. And um, the reason why I know this is that's what my ex confirmed, Rachel. She said, "Hey, yeah, I went downstairs the other day and I have never seen him have like me and all my brothers and sisters. Like he's always been like kind of religious in the background, you know, like when you had like those really difficult conversations. But I ain't never seen him open the Bible and read it. Um, that's how I knew about it. But yeah, he told me he goes, man, I opened the Bible the other day and I was sitting there, man, and just reading it and stuff, and I prayed. And I was like, well, what'd you pray, man? Like he's like, I prayed. I don't know. I just opened the Bible and I was like, I prayed. And this is a long thing, and again, at any time, please stop, say a prayer. Like this is how like I feel about this. He goes, I prayed. And I was like, okay, why? And we're talking about it. And he's like, I had a dream my daughter was being like kidnapped by like a shadow figure. That's the best way he put it, you know? Like it had no face, it had nothing. It was just like a shadow figure. What's those things that used to do portraits on? You know what I mean? The silhouette.
Silhouette, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a silhouette of a man just like grabbing her, and he couldn't, and he was fighting and punching and like all this stuff, and he couldn't like talk, and he couldn't do anything, and he couldn't help her, and his daughter was like 12 or something like that, and like he's fighting, like you know what I mean, like father would
That
fight.
had to be terrifying.
Yeah, and he said that's when he woke up, and he like went downstairs and read the Bible and stuff, and he prayed, and I was like, "Yo, man," and he's like, "Yo, it latched hold of you now."
Mm.
So I'm sitting there with him, and I'm talking about it, and all of a sudden, I'm not saying anything, but like I'm hearing jingling. I don't know if you ever heard like this is crazy because this doesn't this is a new apartment that we're staying in, you know. Um,
Hang on just a second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to answer this question and remind people that we're talking about
no,
something
no, you're fine, you're fine.
spiritual and to have some,
No, it's cool.
prayer. Well, I might as well just say
Positive.
this out loud now that I started with that. Web,
Yeah, I know.
no, I'm not trans. I have gotten that before in my life. I don't take offense to it or anything, and I have nothing against trans people, but I'm not. Um, I do appreciate you asking instead of like people starting random rumors like they used to. Uh, but yeah, we're talking about something spiritual and
Oh,
kind of spooky and dangerous potentially. So we're
yes.
we're trying to have time of prayer or positive vibes, whatever you believe in. Just some reverence to the for the story and like the situation. No, 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 no.
No,
You don't have
yeah,
to apologize. It's fine. You're fine.
yeah.
You came in like
Uh,
after all of that, so I hope
you
you'll
asked the
stick around
question,
to
you
hear
got
the
the
rest of
answer.
it. Yeah.
You asked the question, you got the answer. That's all it is right there. You know what I mean? There's nothing more, nothing less. If you were disrespectful about the answer, then that's where you know, hey.
Nah, I mean, Webbs came in a little later. It just was like letting him know what's going on. So,
No, I still have your chat pulled up, so I can read this what he asked and
for
his
sure.
response. And no, that's all good. Uh, You ever went to like antique store or anything like that and like saw the dressers or like nightstands?
Yeah.
You know how they had those like the handles that you could pull out and it jingled and it was like um it wasn't like knobs, it was like flaps. Not flaps, I don't know what you would call them.
Like little handle things.
Yeah, and
I
they
think
would
I know what you were talking about.
and they would have like the brass behind it and you could hear the metal hitting the metal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um so like in new apartments stuff like that the doors wouldn't have doors, you know. They would just be like, you know, this or a knob or something like that. So there would be no jingling metal.
Mhm.
But it sounded like upstairs it was jingling metal, like you had like antique furniture upstairs.
Wow.
And I'm sitting here and I'm talking to him, and I said something at one time, and he's like, "Yeah, I heard it too," and I was like, So I'm like, "Okay, I don't believe what you're saying anymore because I don't trust you. You know, you're fucking with me. You're trying to get a rile out of me. Gotcha. It's all right. You know, everybody else does it. You know, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't say anything. He's like, "You heard it, right?" And I keep ignoring him now. Like, I'm not gonna say, but I did hear it. And then at the third time, he's like, "Dude, don't fuck with me. Like, did you not just hear that?" And I was like, "You talking about like the metal jingling upstairs?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like the metal. I've been telling
Wow.
you, and you just act like you don't fucking know what I'm saying." And he started getting upset, and I was like, "Yeah, I have been hearing this, and I thought you were fucking with me this whole
Right.
time." So we ran upstairs. We like fucking opened the doors to the kids' rooms and everything, and we're like searching and we're like looking through anything. We're like twisting knobs. We're in there like crackheads, you
Mhm.
know. And I
Like,
was like,
what was moving? Where is it?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
we're exactly like that. Yeah, we're in there like, hey, if you could find this noise, you get a fucking $1 million kind of stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, and the kids are sleeping and stuff, and we're like climbing over kids and like stuff like that. And it's ridiculous. All right, like I'm not gonna lie, and I'm just freaking out, and I'm like, yo, this can't be real. Like I'm about to fucking grab these kids, put them on my shoulder. We're about to get jump in the car and haul ass.
Right.
You know, like um. So I can't find nothing, and the only thing I could find was like the hinge of a doorknob on the closet to the AC unit. You could spin that. You know, like I'm literally looking at like every single doorknob, everything that can make a jingling of a metal noise, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the only one. And then who would sit there and know that and expect two grown men at their like finest? I'm like 23. He's at the time I think 32, and he's working at a warehouse, like lifting weights and stuff like that. You know, like
Yeah.
there's no way that a kid could run faster than us. Open the door, close it, lock it, and you know, be in bed. There's no way. I was like, yo, this is the only thing, and he's like, no, it doesn't even sound like. I was like, it doesn't, does it? And I said, it sounds like one of those antique fucking dressers or something like that. He's like, yeah, like two pieces of metal clinking against each other. And I was like, yeah, but it's a light tone. It's not a heavy tone. It's a light tone. And it was weird as fuck. And he's like, yo, I'm telling you, there's something fucking wrong with this damn apartment. I don't fucking know. And I was like, man, I don't like this shit no more, bro. Like, hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Next thing you know, we got evicted because my car wasn't registered.
Oh
God's will.
wow.
That's what I
Yeah.
look at it as, you know. Um, but yeah. So I walked down there, and I'm not like At that time, I'm like a Christian, but not like a Bible thumping Christian. You know what I mean? Like I've
Right.
never read the Bible. I don't know. I know a few things. I grew up as an atheist, but I never knew in it. And I was like, yo, man, what's that one verse, bro? What's that one verse? He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, the fucking, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death kind of stuff. And he's like, I don't
Right.
know. And I opened the book and it lands on that damn,
Right, that
uh,
page, huh?
it was a page before it.
Wow.
And I was like, man, come on, bro. Look it up on your phone. Like, I don't even got no data here. Like, I can't get reception. And he looks it up and I'm like, and I'm reading through it and he's like, and I'm reading through like at this point I'm just like stopped. I'm like just reading the words and I'm just like, okay. Um you're walking through the desert, you're doing this. Okay, 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 okay. And then I flip the page back or the next page and it goes, and then I'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death, for I feel no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me, they anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over. And I was just like, that's the fucking verse, bro. That's the first I was just asking you about. And he's like, pray. I was like, I don't. He's like, pray. And he ran in his room, grabbed his Bible, his personal Bible, and like we walked through the fucking house reading the Bible. And it's crazy as fuck because it doesn't like I feel like one of those like crazy like Christian like fucking And we ran through the house repeating like different Bible like verses and like uh now I can't even remember the Lord's Prayer. Um, and we just walked through the house doing it, and it was just like whatever, like we were exercising, I guess is what you would call it. I don't know. And
Like just
I
blessing the space
yeah, and
around you and praying protection over everything.
I told him to open the door and get the fucking like whatever was in the house a way out and like get out of the house. It has to leave. It has to leave, given an exit. So that was 2016, something like that. Like I was like
Yeah.
23, 24 at the time. I don't remember like exactly, somewhere around that. I guess that sounds about right for you, right? I'm thinking of like uh I'm thinking right now. Hold on. That noise is me going. How old am I? So
I thought I was the only one who'd be taking out a calculator and like year minus this year and be like, oh
that's
yeah,
what I'm
okay,
doing.
I did have it right.
That's what I'm doing right now. So
While he's calculating webs, you said, I asked for help once in prayer, and 3 minutes later, a white feather landed right in front of me. What does
that's
that
a sign.
mean? At the time, I just didn't think much of it.
It's a sign.
It's a sign. I think, as somebody who's receiving the sign, you might not want to believe that it's a sign, but I think somewhere in your gut,
You remember
you
everything you said.
know
That's a
what that
sign.
sign
Yeah,
means. Better,
exactly.
better than any of us would.
Yeah, I've done that before too. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, then you're like, oh, I was just looking for something. That's not a thing. But it is. And you know, in your gut again, it is.
I off subject of this story. I did that during a hurricane one time. Oh my God, this house is gonna. Lord, just give me a sign. Next thing I know, we had the windows open, because it was like early in it. A little like maple leaf just flew in the house and stuck to the window right in front of me, and I was like, "Can you make it do it twice?" And it was just little tiny little baby maple leaf that just stuck there, and I was like. all right, Lord, that's your sign. You know, I asked for a sign, and boom, you slapped me in the face with it. Like, can't lie. And everybody else thought I was crazy. But that's
The
that
sign
when
wasn't for
when
them. It
you
wasn't for
asked
them.
for, you asked for it and you got it. And the only reason why you remember it is because it's yours.
Hmm.
It's not because it's mine feather, it's your feather, it's his feather.
Yeah,
So that's the first part of that story. I told you there's three parts to it.
yeah.
Um, so I was just chatting with somebody um one day, and I was like, we were just talking about it, and they went to like spirituality, like astrology and stuff like that, and everything. And I was just listening, and a lot of their views didn't match mine per se.
Hmm.
I don't necessarily believe in like a Christian God. I think God is everybody's God. Um, like God didn't just save the Middle East; He saved the world.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So like, just because you lived in South America and didn't know who Esau or Yahweh and stuff like that doesn't mean that you know
That they
that
don't have a separate name for the same
yeah,
spirit. Yeah.
Odin, Shiva, etc., etc. That's man's thought on that.
Right.
Um, so they were talking about something about like that, and I was just like, hey, I was talking to them, and they're like, have you ever experienced this? I was like, yeah, ghosts are bullshit, fuck that, like ghost tours, all right. I would love to experience a ghost tour for real in my life. I've walked in Ripley's Believe It or Not backwards in the middle of the night. I don't care. Like, I don't think that like some ghost is gonna pop in front of 16 people and drag me to the ground, like drag me to hell, kind of stuff. Like that's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. And she was like, well, you know what? Maybe you're just, you know, thinking about this stuff for the wrong way. I was like, nah, let me tell you a story of when I've actually felt what an evil spirit does to you. And I told her the story, and she's like, started going, what are you doing right now? And I was like, what do you mean? And she started going, I'm quivering. And next thing you know, her son's globe, it's a puzzle piece. She did her son's 3D puzzle piece, fell off the shelf and just shattered, and like a glass shattered. And like I'm sitting here like on like a call with you right now,
Yeah.
kind of thing with her. And I mean, this was like 3 years ago. Like this was no Twitch. There's none of that stuff. It was just like, hey, da, 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 hey,
Yeah.
they were part of a game I played and stuff.
Yeah.
And like we're just chatting, and it boom, doo, 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 boo, and she's like, I take back everything I just said. I was like, what is, what, huh? What the fuck just happened? And I couldn't see it, but you could see it in the background, and the shelf just fucking dropped. The thing dropped, and like everything else. She goes, yeah, what the fuck did you do before? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, no, I'm listen. What the hell did you do? And I was like, I just prayed. And I said, you don't belong here. You have to leave. Get the fuck out of my house, kind of thing. And that's why I said my strength and wealth are worth. You are worthy enough of this. Your strength will conquer all.
Yeah.
Um, that's why I also write in text, because it doesn't make sense if I wrote in text. Um, that's a short story of that one. I mean, I can go into more depth, but like basically that's the gist of that one. The other one got really fucking weird, really weird. This was with my second ex, not my second ex, but I told you the second ex.
Yeah.
And me and us were sitting there talking, and that's when I saw like the shadow just walk across the blinds,
Mm.
and I was just like, "Hang on one second." And I was like, "I think somebody's in my house." She goes, "Why?" And I was like, "Because I just saw like something walk across my blinds, like 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 if I'm sitting outside smoking a cigarette at the time, and I'm just like, hey, hang on," and I opened the glass door in the back, and I was like, "Hey," I was like, "There's nobody in my house but me," and I'm like, "Okay, all right," and I was going through a lot of like mental trouble at the time, um, medical stuff and everything else, you know,
Yeah,
and
and I think these spirits
depression.
are a bit of like opportunistic bullies. Of course they'll
Yes.
show up when you're going through things, when you have all this like
Yeah, yeah, I was
anxiety,
not.
fear, depression going on. Oh, that's what they like. That's what they like.
I agree 100%. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, yo, what is this thing? And she's like, what? I was like, there's something not right. There's just something not right. And she's like, how much have you had to drink tonight? Which I can't blame her. That's a valid
Right,
question at that point, you know?
right.
Uh, and I'm just like, not that much actually. But this shit's weird. Like, this is fucking weird. Like, this is not like, hey, I'm drunk and like being stupid. Like, I'm not gonna call my mom right now and be like, why in the fuck did you know,
Hmm.
fucking use my credit card? You know? No, this is like, I remember I even called my ex. I was like, hey, listen, I need to figure out what the fuck's going on with this. And she's like, just ignore it. And this is also
Hmm.
why. Yeah. She goes, that's what I did at the apartment. I was like, yeah, but you fucking used to tell me the damn thing opened the door for you. She's like, yeah, it did. And I was like, well, the bitch shut the door for everybody else, like kind of stuff. I was like, she's like, but it was nice to me, so I didn't bother me none. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, you're not lying right now, are you? She's like, no, like the shit. Yeah, fuck it. There's fucking spirits. Shit, just ignore and act like it's not there. And when it does something nice, let it fucking do it. I was like, bitches don't know. And
Yeah, don't fall for it. They are
right,
liars.
yeah, that's what I was trying to tell her, and she just was like, no,
They
just
want you to let them
ignore
hang
it.
around.
Yeah, I called my ex Rachel to tell I even was talking to my current ex to call her. I was like, hey, I have to hang up with you because I have to call my ex because I got to figure out where the fuck this thing came from. Like that kind of weird shit. And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, do it. So I'm telling her about all this, and she's telling me she's pagan.
Hmm.
Um, not Rachel, my ex Ellis. She's pagan. She's like, get salt, get a candles, get a bowl of water, do this, like all this stuff. She's European, Baltics, like
Hmm.
think of like some weird like Viking shit,
Yeah.
like Scandinavian, but she's not Scandinavian, but like that kind of stuff,
Yeah. Old
you know.
European paganism.
Yes, yes, like and like she's like, hey, this is a sign of protection, you know, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you really believe this, and I was like, yeah, this like, listen, I'm telling you, and I started telling her the story behind it. I was like, I feel like it's the same thing happening again. I know it's not a different spirit. It's the same one. It's the
Yeah.
same one. And she's like, you're crazy. And I was like, no. She was like, don't tell me this stuff, because, I do believe in that kind of thing. She's like, I had a lot of sensitivity growing up. And
Hmm.
I found out after this that I'm actually a pretty sensitive person when it comes to things like that. Compared to other people. Crazy enough, and that's fucking weird. I didn't want, and we're not gonna devolve in that the conversation. But I started telling her like the story I told you about like the jingling metals and stuff.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, her fucking TV, her electricity, everything shuts off. Her TV falls off her wall, off her bracket, and
Except
like,
for the falling part, I gotta say, for my personal taste, TV shutting off is a lot less scary than it suddenly turning on. That's
no, no,
always been like a weird
her,
fear of mine.
no, yeah, no, the TV shut
But it
off,
falling off is crazy.
the fucking electricity shut off, the fucking TV fell off the bracket, and she's like, what the fuck? And she's like, can you hear me? And I was like, yeah, I'm still here. And she's like, don't hang up the phone. Do not hang up the phone. That's the only thing I have right now. I was like, all right, just prayer. And then I didn't know this, but like supposedly she went to Catholic school as a kid.
Mm.
So she knew like the Lord's Prayer and stuff like that, but she knew it in her own language, which is Latvian. I guess you would. I don't like to bring up like people's personal things, you know. Like I don't want no scammer going over there and like, oh, well, her name is this and she's from here, and you know.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Um,
I
but
don't
she
think
knew all that,
that's too
and
sensitive information.
exactly, she knew all that, and I was like, just pray, and I was like, what'd you say? She's like, this is what that's like. That's technically a Christian prayer, and she's like, yeah, I don't think so. And I was like, whatever you said, did you feel it? She goes, yeah. Like I totally was praying this demon away from the house. And I was like, good. As long as you meant it, it doesn't matter. Like that demon right there fucking had nothing. It ran because of your strength. You got stronger. You did this. You did that. All right, now we're gonna say a prayer together. And we did, and I did what she asked me to do. I put salt on the fucking doorstep and stuff like that. And I know I look like a fucking idiot. Like it, I can only imagine how stupid I looked. Like,
Who cares what you look
sprinkling
like? I mean,
as a don't salt on that,
if
and
it helps, it helps.
I know, but I can only imagine how stupid.
I know what you mean,
And
though.
yeah. So I told you it's a three-part story. The second one was a little bit easier to just run that out, but yeah, on the phone with her, like technically WhatsApp phone, you know, like hey,
Yeah.
and that shit was happening, and I'm
Wow.
like, what the fuck? And it's crazy because she was in Latvia at the time when it happened, and she wasn't in America. And like we were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I just moved and stuff, and you know that whole struggle. And we used to do the fucking Halloween Twitch streams, you know, where she would
Yeah.
bring her up like two or three short creepy pastas, and then tell them, and then do like one of hers when she was a kid, kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And then she would do that one, and she said, believe it or not, which one was true. And she constantly used to use that one. And I was just like, you, oh my God, I can't, like, so it's funny ending on it, but like all that shit is
Can I,
legit.
can I ask how long it's been since the last story?
2 years.
Hang on a sec. 2 years?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah, because, well, one, a year and a half ago, year and a half ago, to be honest. I can damn near pinpoint it. It's March, April, da da. called Ben this time. Came and started living here. I want to say,
If anybody just recently came in and was like, yo, why are you talking on the phone in the chat? I just gotta DM about that. It's okay, guys. Not putting anybody on blast. This is a viewer who's hanging out in chat with us who wanted to share a story and not have to type everything. Okay, now that that's covered, sorry to interrupt.
no, I want to say about a year and a half ago. I want to say maybe like a year and like 8 months, I think it was. Don't get me wrong, like somewhere around there.
I don't want to say this to freak you out, and I hope I'm not jinxing you or
Uh,
anything.
no, you're not.
I will say this, in my experience, these things will like to give you a false sense of security, give you a long break, and once you feel like it finally left me alone, boom, shows up and does something again.
I know. It was the first time that it came back. And it came back hard those 2 times, and it showed the other people.
Hmm.
Like it made its presence known to them more to me because it just wouldn't
It's almost
like
like if
it's
I can't bother you, I'll go to the people you care about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it was more like it was a weird thing. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
I'm
It
still
was a weird
listening.
thing.
I'm stepping to the side real quick though.
No, you're fine. It was just a weirder thing. It didn't. The first time it went after me, and then when I felt it again, I was like, "I'll bet you're back." No,
Yeah.
it's dread. That's the biggest word I could say now. Dread.
Yes.
Like it was scary. It was creepy. It was not welcomed. It was the way you feel when you watch Final Fantasy, or not Final Fantasy, but Final Destination.
Final destination. Yeah.
Like that's exactly how I can put it. Like
Yeah.
where like anything you do could be your last movement, and you have to like literally pay attention to your entire surroundings.
That is the feeling. Absolutely. But I didn't
Um,
say like they come back once you're feeling okay to scare you or anything. I said it more to be like, remember that you do have power and it does not. Stay on
oh
guard and just be ready to tell it, look, you don't belong here. Get out all over
yeah,
again. You know?
yeah. Well, it hit me that last time pretty hard because I was going through a lot of medical stuff. Like I had just got out the hospital due to COVID. You know, I get it. COVID was this and that and everything else and yada yada. My sister got COVID and she had a cold for like two
Right.
days. I got COVID and was in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh my
you know,
God. I'm sorry you went
my
through that.
it's all good. I'm alive now. You know what I mean? Uh, so it's not like that. Like I just got hit with the heart and I just went through like medical testings and stuff like that, and had to deal with a bunch of family issues. And my dad passed away, and it was just like, can I get a break somewhere? God, what are you doing to me? Like, God, what are
Yeah.
you doing? Like, can I get a moment of happiness somewhere? Like, give me
It do be
something.
like
Like,
that. It do be like that sometimes.
and yeah. So I was at a very weak moment in my life, put it that way.
I think we
Very
go
weak.
through those times so that we can realize we're a lot stronger than we think we are. And that if we need a moment of happiness, we find it from God and from within ourselves, despite, you know, the circumstances.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Every one I have in my life, I always say thank God.
Yeah,
And every loss I have in my life, I don't ever say I blame God. I don't blame God for losses. I only give him congratulations. And I don't even we say him, but like I think God's too much to be a him. You know, I don't
yeah.
think God's too much to be a she. I think God is God.
God is probably an energy being above gender or anything describable.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just smile when I think about God.
Good.
Um, I'm a weird person.
Weird is good.
You know, God is fictitious. God is not always loving. God is love, but God is not love. And God is hope. I don't know how like to say it. Like I know that in the Bible it says this and this and this. What is it? Love is not. It's in Psalms 13. No, Psalms 2:13 or something like that.
I'm like,
Love
where's my
does not
Bible?
fail. Love does not do this.
Oh, that's First
No, Corinthians.
Corinthians
Corinthians 2
13,
verse 13.
chapter 13.
Chapter 13? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's First Corinthians. Definitely Corinthians 13, one of the two.
Yeah,
But
love does not fail, love
yeah,
does
if you
not
just look up
deny.
the love chapter, you'll find it.
Yeah, I don't think, actually, I don't think any of that's from God. I don't think anything from Saul is from God.
Why?
It sounds too human. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, devil's advocate, maybe
This
the
is your
wrong,
stream. You can tell me
the
to shut
wrong,
the fuck up and kick it.
maybe the
I've told
wrong
my story,
wording to use saying devil's advocate.
but it makes sense.
We have to like also take into consideration that the authors were still humans and they were trying to convey what God inspired them to write the best that they could. So
Agree to
it's
disagree kind of thing.
yeah. I'm just giving my
Yeah.
thoughts on it. I'm not
Would you
saying you're wrong. Not saying I'm right. Just thoughts.
would you care to have that conversation? It's your stream, after all. I don't want to, you
Wait,
know,
which conversation?
talking about like the Bible, religion, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we can. Do you mind if we like go back to chat? I feel like people are like, "What's going on?" Probably.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right, you don't mind?
I don't mind at all. It's your, like I've been telling you, it's your stream.
Yeah, but I stream because I want to entertain everyone who's here to view it. So I care what you guys feel like too. But yeah, let's rejoin chat if we find a time where we need to like screw typing. I'm calling in. Let me know.
All right, no worries. That's what I was
Thank
asking.
you for sharing everything, though.
No worries. Um, Thank you for allowing me, and
Of
I hope you have a
course.
good night. I'll be in chat though.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, whoops. I was supposed to put that in both. Chats, I thought I had both chats up. I'm so sorry, Twitch people. I was not. I think it was mostly just psychotic. One of my besties that I had only YouTube up by accident. Um, as you see, the usual aggregated chat over here is not aggregating today. It's on, it exists there, but it won't show. I know YouTube has like some kind of weird bug going on with live streaming. So I'm just glad that everything is being live. It just sucks that like the chat isn't showing. And I'm sorry, I missed what you were saying, psychotic. Hello to human. Oh, the Corinthians love chapter. Divine inspiration and guidance and understanding the history of the books. Corinthians, both of them are letters to the church in Corinth. By the way, Aspic Psychotic really knows his Bible stuff too. Sorry, I had to put my 2 cents. I know it doesn't show up. It's like in my list of sources, it's there, and it's not even visible to me. Like I just have like the chats on the side over here so I can read them, and I'm trying to like let everybody know like who's talking and what they said, but it won't appear on screen. But yeah, your 2 cents is always welcome. Um, you know how I am. I like everybody having a chance to share what they believe and what they think. And I want to say thank you everybody in the chat for having the respect and reverence to listen to the story and to stay in the positive and prayerful mindset. Just kind of like really said prayerful in a weird way. My brain didn't want to say that one. Like, please just do. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like my chat to be a safe discussion space. Y'all can always share. If anybody gets mean about anybody sharing, they can get their time out of the chat. Because I miss a time where people could, share stuff, listen to each other, and even if they didn't disagree, just like, whoa, okay, yeah, yeah, care what the other person is saying and be respectful about it. I think we need to bring that back. There's too much like everyone thinks this, so you're wrong, and we're gonna yell at you on the internet. Let me, well, I'll do this. This one. Alright. Sorry, earbuds died. You guys can hear me okay now? Psychotic is absolutely right. It includes mods. They are not immune. If you get mean, you're also in timeout. Lovingly. Ice fix. Oh my god, I'm moving stuff around randomly by accident. Hold up, let me get back to the right window. Ice fix says, I don't mind sharing because I do think it helps to know how to combat it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I absolutely didn't mean to make it sound like, I don't know, maybe we had pre-planned stuff or I was just agreeing with you or anything when I said it. It's so crazy when somebody says something that's like the exact thing that you saw. It's like confirmation. But we didn't pre-plan that, guys. I have never talked to Icepick before, and I didn't tell him what I've seen, and he didn't tell me what he had seen until he was sharing his story, and I just blurted it out. But some of the things I've seen were exactly described the same way. You can believe that or not. If anybody else has a crazy story that they don't think anyone would believe, that they want to share, the floor is open. If we want to change topics, that's cool too. I'll let it be up to the chat. Literally have my can still sitting here. It's not welcomed. Yeah, like it is not welcomed. Um, Topic change or what you guys want to talk about or your story is welcomed, but not the it. The it is not welcomed. Ah, these plants are bugging me. They're like rolling down and like bunching up, which is exactly what like athletic leggings are not supposed to do. But I guess I just hunch so bad it does it. I also have a belly button piercing now, so like I hate when fabric catches on that and it hurts. Okay, I think we good now. Stupid pants. So let's do roll call. Who all is still here? I know Psychotic's here and Ice Pick's here. Even if you're just a lurker, you can just type lurk in the chat and we will leave you alone and just let you chill there. I just appreciate knowing that there's people still hanging out and listening. You can see both chats like on the screen over here because it doesn't show for me. Or are you just in both chats in different tabs or whatever? Okay. I'm sorry, guys. The BRB has to go up again for just a minute. Alright, sorry. Kate says, I too am here, but away still. The show, thanks for popping in. Screenshot in Discord. Let me check. So you just have the two different chats open like side by side, right? I think that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, that's what it looks like you're doing. That's basically what I've got going on too. I missed my like on the screen chat that everybody can read together. Honestly, like everybody keeps telling me to check out Kick and what's the other one, like Rumble? Something like that. The main reason I won't like I'm like dragging my feet on checking out other streaming platforms is because I'm like, oh, but they're not supported on Prism Live Studio, and I can't just like make the chats appear on the screen. Kate said both streams and this guy is screaming. Wait, you mean you're watching my stream and other dude's stream and other dude is like screaming? Excuse me, I have like hiccups and burps like at the same time suddenly. Sorry. I hope you guys didn't get ASMR. It felt really loud, but I try. I tried to make it not make noise. Pretty much what I'm doing, Psychotic says. The lower right is my checkbook, so you might be able to see how poor I am. I mean, honestly, dude, since I'm like not really going back to the other kind of sites lately, I mean, I'm kind of working my way there, but you know, like, I just quit alcohol. It's hard to like do that sort of work without alcohol. It's hard enough to do this without alcohol. I'm like, paycheck to paycheck is good in my book right now. Like, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I'm not asking you guys to send me money. This is not a ploy. I'm not begging. I'm just saying, yeah, I'm kind of just praying and crossing my fingers that I make it through every month right now. And I think part of this, honestly, like, might be a thing where God's trying to teach me to get past some old trauma. Um, Family and previous relationships, I've gone through financial abuse. You guys don't know what financial abuse is, you're not familiar with that. It's kind of like, for example, someone has more than you, so they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll handle everything. Don't worry about it. I know you're busy with school and can't work right now, so I'll pay for everything so you can get a good job when you graduate and then you can help pay." And it's like, great. You get in an argument and they tell you, like, oh, you're using me because I pay for everything. You're not even, you know, you're not even grateful. You don't even try to help and things like that. Or, um, I don't know, a parent maybe, not that this happened or anything, like a parent helps you purchase your first car and puts the car in their name. And one day when when you want to go leave to visit somebody because you're having a fight and they don't want you to leave. They're like, car's in my name, my car. You can't go. That kind of thing. It's holding like the help that they give you financially over your head to manipulate you into doing things or feeling bad. Kate says, nice, yeah, I get you. Hey, you're a writer, right? It was one of my many majors that I didn't wind up going with. Yeah, I write. I don't want to be like, I'm a fantastic writer. But yeah, I'm pretty decent. I can do that. You need help with something? Actually, I've got two songs written, by the way, lyrics wise. If we ever actually like work on some songs music wise, I'm not even sure I like them when I look at them. Like, was this silly? It might be a little silly. Yeah, let me know if you need help writing something. Also, Psychotic's pretty good at that stuff. Uh, which reminds me, I also need to contact co-producer Speedwagon and let him know what we were talking about in Discord, possibly helping with writing that stuff. He'd be great for it. Icepick says, I wanted to be a therapist until I realized I can't juggle mine and theirs without dealing with juggle. You said juggalo, and that was like, what? Juggle all mine and theirs without dealing with depression. Yeah, I have a friend who actually is a therapist, and they also deal with their own mental health issues. So I know that's a lot. It can be done, but it's a lot. Kate says you want to work and not so normal job. It depends on what the job is, like, and who I'm working for. I made a vow to myself that I would never again work for anyone but myself. Um, and that's mainly because I know that I can make it that way. And I don't want to lose faith in myself and my abilities and what I can get through and how well I can do. As Vic says, so I work insurance, yay. Oh wow, how is that? Psychotic said I wanted to be an English teacher for high school until I learned that I hate English major students. Oh my god. I can feel that. Like, it says you can work for yourself. I hire your company. We'll talk about it later. The show. I'm like the CEO of like six companies. I'm not. Psychotic says hate. I'm hearing MLM. No, none of those. Hate says nope. I don't do MLM. That's good to hear. Icepit says pays good. Love talking to the customers, but hated the company. Sounds about right. But I was kind of expecting like customers were horrible and mean sometimes. So, I mean, hearing I love talking to the customers, that's at least a step above from what I was imagining. Psychotic says, oh, I'm going to have to hear this as well. Mandatory VC later. Oh, okay. Hey, it says I've got a consulting firm. We are currently in line for some grant money, but I need to write some reports. Oof. Hey, Jen, you want to do the paperwork? Oh, I thought we were writing sci-fi stories. Uh, I'm not sure. Icepick says, I speak with people who need help and have questions and want help, so they're nice. For sure. Maybe it's just where I worked and stuff, but like all the customer service type jobs I ever had to deal with, there'd be like a lot of pleasant people and that one like absolutely like I have no idea how to respond to this person all of a sudden. But I mean, I live in NOLA. I've lived and worked in some of the worst areas and the worst area by reputation, at least, of NOLA overnight at times. So, yeah. I worked customer service before. Those customers sucked. I'm an adjuster. I'm gonna smile and nod like I remember what adjuster means. The show. Oh, that was all ice pick. I forgot I'm like saying what people are saying what as well as just what they're saying. I miss you, chat. Over here on this section, there should be words. So sad. Chat, come back. Okay, I'm done. Icepick says, you got in a car accident, you need a tow, you're stuck on the side of the road crying. I would be, probably. Or just like standing outside of the car going, fuck, should I call my mom? What do I do again? You're the person I would talk to. Got it, got it. Thanks for the explanation. Kate says, Kate says, you could set screen share to focus on that chat area you are looking at and put that on screen. Actually, that doesn't sound like a pain. Let me make the text a bit smaller so more stuff shows up on screen. Let me work on like trying to make this work right. It's going to be like cropping, and unfortunately, there's no drag and drop. There's guess the pixels. So it'll take me a minute, but yeah, nice. That's a good idea. So there's a problem. Apparently, it doesn't let you. capture the streaming software as a window capture. Let me see if I can do like a screen share cropped or something. Yeah, okay, this should work as long as I don't move the video at all. What? What the hell? I selected the area and then it, okay. Ta-da! Of course, it's gonna do that every time I go back and read stuff you said that I didn't read yet, though. But you could set screen share to focus on just did that. It says I had to quit using Prism. Oh, weird. Why'd you quit using Prism? And you see an optometrist and having problems with small print. To read anything on my phone or a book, I have to hold. I should probably see one too. I think stuff like that has been bothering me occasionally too. And I will tell you that you inspired me to convert an iPhone 5 into a VR headset and it worked. No, you didn't tell me that. You did not. How did I do that? This one was overheating your PC? Does OBS not overheat it? That's crazy. Mine doesn't feel overheat. I mean, slightly warm, but like normal warm. Oh, yeah, this is an iPhone. It is an iPhone 7 back camera. Everybody who thinks they need like the latest like 4K webcam, this is a fucking iPhone 7 that I got off of eBay for like $60 at most. It's probably like less than that. And I mean, it's pretty HD. It's like 1080. It's not the best, but I mean, like, honestly, as a girl who cares about looks a little bit too much, I don't want 4K so y'all can see like every pore on my face on a bad day, you know? So y'all can see like where my makeup is wearing off and giving weird textures. Like, let me have the tiniest bit of blur that still exists. This is the first time I've done eyeshadow lately, by the way, that I'm looking at it on camera and being like, I like this eyeshadow on camera. You all see that one hair you haven't plucked on your left side. Untrue, sir. Actually, I was gonna do, and I still am gonna do a skincare products that I have currently that I'm enjoying and some that I'm not really enjoying video soon. And I was like, as as an Italian mostly girl with, dark hair, this is my natural color up here. It's pretty dark. Um, because I'm pretty broke and I haven't gone and gotten my hair done anytime soon. But I was like, if I'm gonna like have a video focused on my face with no makeup on, maybe I should just wax my face for once. I mean, I have makeup on, but you can probably see there's like little pimples and stuff. My skin is really, really sensitive and I can't handle waxing my face anymore. But there are no hairs. I ripped them all out. Probably shouldn't have. Probably should have just left the dark peach fuzz and been like, I don't give a fuck, and neither should anybody else. And if you do, I still don't give a fuck. Oh, thank you, hey. So it impressed you enough that it stuck with you and you took a shot at making your iPhone an Oculus compatible VR screen mounted in a 3D printed helmet. What? That's pretty amazing. It's got to be tethered via USB to a power source, the battery shot. You're Greek, okay. Yeah. Um, I developed eczema on my face like later on in my life, like mid 20s. I could have put like anything on my skin prior to that, and suddenly it was like even the most sensitive skin things would break me out. And I was like, the eczema showed up as like teeny tiny little pimples that wouldn't pop in clusters. And I was like getting so upset about it because I always took good care of my skin. I had a very like I always did my skincare routine. I had good products, and nothing I did could clear it up. Well, there was a local magazine where I was like modeling for like a costume and wig company, and I expressed this to the makeup artist, and she was like, "Oh, honey, those aren't clusters of tiny pimples. You have eczema." She was like, "Just put some hydrocortisone in a layer over it before you sleep, and it'll clear up." Now I have to use triamcinolone cream, which is a prescription, because for a while there I was like, okay, now that it's good and clear, I'm going to stop using hydrocortisone for a while. And now if I use hydrocortisone, it's like, I hate that too, and I'm gonna break out more. It's terrible. And I have lip eczema, and that's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Mostly anything, even chapstick, even medical grade pure petroleum jelly, which is what doctors will recommend you use. And my lips were like, oh, you thought they were dry before. Time to crack, and the entire top layer of skin to start peeling. So I finally, finally found some products that don't freak my lips out. And that's, of course, going to be mentioned in the skincare video. Natural sponges with olive oil and goat's milk, apricot scrubs, red shampoo, bath and body soap, and everything else. Shower looks worse than a woman's. Beard shampoo. Okay. Yeah, I mean, my local bestie, JJ or Anatar, if you ever see him in chat here, loves like bath products and stuff. We go shopping at TJ Maxx and like pick up like Korean skincare and shit together. I mean, I think it's finally becoming more normal and accepted that guys also like fancy products sometimes.